Mom, quote, "I have something to tell you. She's dead. We got in a fight and she's dead." That changes everything for police.
Look at his shirt, that dark, damp patch just above his ribs. In a few hours, it would be the reason a father of two lost his freedom for good. Right now, he's telling police it's nothing, just water, just cleaning. But stains don't lie the way people do, and this one was about to talk. A Texas mother is dead. Her husband is behind bars.
His wife, the mother of his children, is dead. And he's not only accused of murder. This story is more than.
And the story he gave police in the first 10 minutes would collapse piece by piece before that morning was even over. Here's exactly how it happened. Before any of this, Elelliana was just a mom trying to build a new life. She'd moved her family from Orlando to a Dallas suburb for her husband's job, posting in a local Facebook group that she couldn't wait to meet other parents in the neighborhood. She had two little boys, ages 2 and 5. She was a realtor, hoping to pick her career back up once the family settled in. By every account, she showed up for her kids and she showed up for her marriage.
Neighborhood group saying, quote, "Hi all, we're excited to share that our family is moving from Orlando, Florida to Dallas due to my husband's job. I'm currently a realtor in Florida and will eventually continue my career in Texas as well. We have 2 sweet boys, 4 years and 18 months.
She and her husband, Jake, had been together since 2019, married for years. On social media, their life looked like something out of a family greeting card. Just days before she died, Jake posted a montage celebrating one of their sons' birthdays, complete with photos of the 4 of them smiling together.
And just 3 days before Elelliana's death, this is what Jake posted on his Facebook page, a montage video showing what seems like a picture-perfect family all together celebrating one of their boys' birthdays. And as you look at this post, there are pictures of Elelliana in the.
Weeks earlier, another video, more smiles. More proof, at least online, that this was a happy home. But behind that curated feed, the marriage was falling apart. Elelliana and Jake were estranged, reportedly in the middle of a divorce. And according to a friend who later spoke to police, there was history there. A history of Jake allegedly being violent.
As nice a guy as Jake seems in pictures and on social media, well, according to police, quote, "Witness 1, which is the friend, advised there were concerns regarding."
That detail matters. Hold on to it because it's the thread that pulls this entire case apart. On the morning she died, Elelliana had plans. Breakfast with a friend at 80:30. But first, a quick stop to pick up her boys from the apartment where Jake had been staying. She told her friend it would take 10 minutes, 15 tops. She even shared her live location just in case.
She was going to meet this friend for breakfast at 8:30. And she had shared her location with that friend. And she said that this pickup process, it shouldn't take more than 10 to 15 minutes. But that friend, when Elelliana didn't show.
It's a small, almost routine safety habit. And it's the reason anyone knew something was wrong at all. 18:30 came and went. No Elelliana. Her friend checked the shared location. Her phone had suddenly locked out, both feeling the same cold instinct. Something was wrong. They called police. Officers arrived for what should have been a routine welfare check. Jake answered the door. And here's where his story begins, claim by claim. And here's where it starts falling apart in real time. Claim 1, he told police Elelliana had been there earlier that morning to pick up their son. But the boy wasn't feeling well, so she left without him.
Around 10:23 in the morning. Police say they asked Jake where his wife is. And quote, he advised that she had been there earlier in the day, but that he didn't know where she was currently. Jake Pagani advised they were going through a divorce and she came by to pick up.
A simple explanation. Except officers had already been told about the divorce, the estrangement, and the alleged history of violence. A simple answer from a man with that backstory doesn't stay simple for long. Then officers noticed it. That wet patch on his shirt, right where you'd expect it if someone had tried to scrub something out in a hurry. Claim 2, he said he'd just been cleaning.
The officer discovered, quote, a large apparent wet spot on Jake Pagani's shirt. And the officer then asks Jake about that wet spot, and Jake said he had been cleaning. Again, that is a suspect answer.
A simple explanation. Except officers had already been told about the divorce, the estrangement, and the alleged history of violence. A simple answer from a man with that backstory doesn't stay simple for long. Then officers noticed it. That wet patch on his shirt, right where you'd expect it if someone had tried to scrub something out in a hurry. Claim 2, he said he'd just been cleaning.
Police then asked Jake if they could check out the garage. And Jake said yes. This is one of those apartment units, it seems, where you have the apartment up top, then you go downstairs into a garage where you keep your vehicles. Now, beyond saying that he had seen Elelliana earlier in the day, Jake at that point did not.
Officers didn't push back out loud, but you can bet that answer didn't sit right. People don't usually soak through their shirt wiping down a countertop. They asked to see the garage. He said yes, let them in without hesitation. And that's the strange part. If you're hiding something, why open every door? His car sat there, unremarkable,
waiting for them related to this call that they're on. And it's the kind of note that would send a chill down your spine. That note read, quote, "I believe someone has been harmed or killed." Police say
officers looked, saw nothing obvious, and walked back out to their patrol car. On paper, nothing had changed. In practice, everything was about to.
They have with Jake inside the apartment. He apparently said, "Why are you doing this?" to the officers. And the officers had told him, "You're detained. Is your wife there? You're not under arrest. Is she there?" And then when officers asked Jake why he would tell his mom that Elelliana,
because waiting for them back at the cruiser was a message that turned a welfare check into a murder investigation. Jake's own mother, calling from out of state, said she'd just spoken to her son on the phone. And according to her, he told her something no mother should ever have to hear. "I have something to tell you. She's dead. We got in a fight and she's dead. Sit with that for a second." While officers were standing feet away from him, asking where his wife was, he had already confessed to his own mother that she was gone. Police went back inside. This time they put him in handcuffs. He reportedly asked them, almost indignant, why they were doing this. Officers were careful with their words. He was being detained, not arrested, not yet. But when they asked why he'd told his mother his wife was dead, his answer was chilling in its evasiveness. How would you know this kind of stuff? That's not a denial. That's not confusion. That's the sound of a story falling apart in real time.
Police are questioning Jake. They turn their attention once again to that wet spot that was on his shirt because it appears to have dried. And now there was a reddish-brown stain there. And police believe that is blood.
And that wet stain on his shirt, it had dried by now. What was left behind was reddish-brown. Investigators believed it was blood.
And they open the trunk. And they say inside the trunk were the remains of a woman. And they say that it was the body of Elelliana Begani. Her clothing appeared to have blood on it, according to the arrest affidavit that we have.
That, combined with the call from his mother, gave them what they needed. Probable cause. They went back to that garage. Back to that car he'd let them see just an hour earlier. This time, they opened the trunk.
Police say the children were removed from the home. They also say they found a large amount of blood spatter inside the apartment. Jake was arrested. He is charged with abuse of a corpse and murder in the first degree. And right now, he is being held in the Colorado.
What makes this case sit so heavy isn't just the violence. It's the distance between the image and the reality. A man capable of posting loving tributes to his wife, capable of looking calm in front of police while her body sat feet away in his trunk. That kind of composure isn't innocence. Investigators say it's something far colder. Elelliana did everything right. She shared her location. She had people who loved her checking in. She had a plan, even if she didn't know she'd need one. And it still wasn't enough, because the danger wasn't a stranger. It was the man she'd built a life with. If there's a lesson here, it's this. Listen when someone tells you they're afraid, even quietly, even without details. Elelliana's instinct to share her whereabouts that morning is likely the reason this case was solved as fast as it was. It didn't save her life, but it made sure the truth couldn't stay hidden in that garage for long. If you or someone you know is in danger, Hotline is available 24/7 at 1-877-997-233.